How we doing? Hello, hello. Thanks for coming out, people. Moonlit, I feel like every time I see you, you're like humble bragging that you stream. just a takeaway. Hope I'm loud enough. If I'm not, let me know. I can turn up the gain. I've been messing with my audio. What's new? All right. Dragon also throwing out the placement. That's very funny. Yeah, we got 29th place. There were 107 players. Oh boy, let's get into it. I'm pretty happy with how I did, but I definitely wanted to do better, believe it or not. We won so many dice rolls today. I actually can't believe it. We're going to go through my matches together. I wrote down some light notes on all 7 of my rounds. I played all 7, had people. I'm not meaning to, it just happens to be my reference point. It's not a huge deal, it's just funny. Thanks for coming around, everybody. Good to see you. Sorry I no streamed earlier today. I was busy. I was playing the regional. I just want to say, I'll probably sound more disappointed than I mean to. I had a lot of fun playing. I was just bummed because, as you'll see, I was really close to top 16. How does 3 Manju feel? I thought it felt great personally, because, as we'll get into, having just Ritual hurts really bad, and Manju is really good at fixing those hands. It's also good at pairing with your Mitsurugi cards in general, which we'll talk about a little more. That's a good question though, Mad. So just really quickly to go over the list, we were on a very similar list to, sorry, just organizing my tabs a little bit. A very similar list to my OTS list. There were a couple changes though. The biggest is there's no Varudras in this build. I opted instead to swap out the Varudras engine with the Ogdoadic for the Purification, and I liked that a lot. Zoha is back because on Friday, when I was playing locals, I was getting real annoyed that I did not have this guy. He was not showing up in my hands when I needed him to, and that was killing me. So I decided I do want Zoha. It's possible we go back and we play without it again, but for now, this felt pretty good. I really liked that with Zoha, Nunu's a starter, and I like that security. Zoha's not even a real brick. Not in the same way the other annoying guys are. Because he's a 4, you can just summon him. His effect is really good at triggering Nef too. That was something I missed, was the ability to have Nef online all the time. We played 3 Fua. A friend lent them to me. That was super nice. I literally didn't resolve this because I went first too much. And the few times I went second, I didn't see it. We 2-0'd a couple people. That felt good. But yeah. Without further ado, let's get into the list a little bit. So I'm just going to type out my thoughts as I go, if that's okay. So round 1. Am I still underlined? I don't want to be. So round 1. We go 2-0, baby. And we're up against something kind of funny. Right away, we're up against Mitsurugi. What is it? Dogmatica. I keep forgetting this. Mitsurugi Dogmatica. Let's do this also. Die roll. W. 2-0 versus Mitsurugi Dogmatica. Yeah, this one was funny. I sit down, we roll, and I start playing, and he goes, "Oh, this is going to be a good one." And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means. So I set up game 1, full combo. He doesn't use any hand traps. Mitsurugi Dogmatica, of course they lost. That's what I was thinking. He also didn't know Futsu was not once per turn. He was like, "You already used Futsu." I was like, "Yeah." And so I thought that was funny. I could probably zoom this in a little bit. Sorry, we're going to do a little tweaking while I'm here, if that's okay with everybody. We can get a little cozier with this. It won't all be in frame if I do it this way, but I think this reads a little better. If code doesn't come today, I'm going to be very surprised, honestly. Okay, let's lock it and see if that's okay. I don't know why, but there's so many people who will go, Futsu isn't once. Yeah, no, you use Futsu, and they're like, you already did that. I'm like, okay. Like, you don't want to be rude about it, but it's like, you're playing the deck. You should know what Futsu does. Hey, Zexel, good to see you. But yeah, to be fair, he was like, it's my first time playing with these cards. And I was like, that's insane, by the way, to bring it to a regional. Like, it's not like the stakes are actually higher, but you'd think you'd want to be on a comfort pick, I think. Hello. Can my spacing be double? Yeah, it's so weird to me for that response, but okay. So yeah, we set up, he doesn't play any hand traps, so we're on the full thing. And he goes Super Poly, Slayer. He tries to Super Poly my Futsu and my Zerol, which he can't because there's not a target for that. Or at least if there is, he wasn't playing it. And I was pretty confident there wasn't a target for that. And I'm like, are you sure? He was like, no. So he does 2 lights, I think. It didn't matter because he didn't get rid of Futsu. I had prayers anyway, I'm pretty sure. He was straight cooked. People twice today used Ultimate Slayer to get rid of Aba, which I thought was bizarre. She does not represent a huge threat in our end board compared to the rest of our cards. So he tries to break. He just ultimately fails. And on the clapback, we're just able to kill him. Game 2, we're going second. I actually sided for going... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Game 2, we're going second. I actually sided for going first because he was on Spally and Slayer. I thought he was playing a go second deck. And so I mistakenly sided for going first. I put in D-Barrier and left in my traps. And going second, we're up against a D-Barrier, a Spally, Prayers, Ame. And yeah, he didn't really have much. He didn't see his Dogmatica stuff at all. Or just about... That could have just been they didn't have a good second link target on the field. No, but I had Slicer. Or just Abao, good card. I think that's what it was. I think they saw Abao and this Link 3, and they chose the Abao. Abao, Slicer, Futsu, Ame, Purification, Pollutant, and Emperor Engrave is end board. Yeah, with Mask. We had everything. So, game 2, I'm up against not much. And actually, I just put access code back in this morning, because I realized when I took out the Metaltronus, I was like, oh god, I still have Detonator in my deck. So I swapped that with Access. Access clears him out and kills him. We're able to just play around the Ame. We had a droplet for the destruction effect, and my opponent barriered me. And so on the ritual, I activate ritual, he goes barrier, call ritual. I'm okay. He then revives his rituals, and I go, you can't do that. He goes, no, their effects are just negated on field. And so I'm like, oh, okay. I realize, obviously, in hindsight, that's not how that works. He shouldn't have been able to summon, neither of us. Yeah, the access code came up in this. So through extra ritual monsters on his board that he should not have because he used barrier, I'm able to clear. And actually, I don't kill him that turn, but because I have thrust, I'm able to use my own barrier to lock out the rest of the game. So round 1, we win 2-0. All my opponents today were nice too. It was really nice because my last regional I had 2 kind of miserable opponents, which sucked. I started with Mitsurugi Dogmatica and changed to Mitsurugi Ogdoadic like a week ago. That's awesome, Nolan. Also, this is just going to be a hangout stream, probably no gameplay, maybe later. So please feel free to ask questions or just throw out stuff in chat. It's really fun to respond to. So we're starting off strong. We're starting off on a 2-0. Live snake reaction. Also, near the end of the event, some guy, probably thinking I'm some dumb kid, because I think I look younger than I am. I'm old. Chat, you know this. I have a wife. I don't know memes. But this guy's like, hey, I see you're on Mitsurugi. That's really good with Ryzeal. And I'm like, no, you're missing the point. I'm not playing Mitsurugi because it's good. I'm not playing Ogdoadic Mitsurugi because the Ogdoadics help the Mitsurugis. I'm playing Mitsurugi because they're good in Ogdoadic. I'm not trying to make my Mitsurugi build better. If something better comes out, I'm dropping these cards, even though I do love them a lot. It took me a while, but I've come around. I really like them. So, that's our round 1. Round 2, we win the dice roll. So, DW. This one, we go 1 and 2. And it's up against Orcust Horus. So game 1, we win the dice roll. We're going first. We get hand trapped to death. I can't do anything. I just can't establish a board. His turn, he just does King Sark, make a bunch of Horus monsters, beat me to death. Game 2, I full combo, and near the end of it, he goes, "Oh, you're gonna A counter lock me, right?" And I go, "Yeah." And he says, "Okay, let's go next." So game 2, it would have been full combo, but he knew what was coming. A man of culture. He knew what the Ogdos did. That was cool. A couple people today did. So we go into game 3, and he's up first, and I have no hand traps. So we're on breakers only, and he sets up Coach King Giant Trainer, which burns me 3 times, doesn't matter. He draws into Ash, and he's got on his board the Orcust Negate, an IP that tags out into an SP for the 2 banishes, the Ash in hand, and I think he also had an Imperm that I saw him get. I can't remember why. I should make Orcust Ogdoadic because it's topped in the past. The Orcust prep I gave you didn't help. I couldn't believe you would do this to me. I didn't even know he was on Orcust till that last game because he goes normal summon Gearsu the Orcust Mech Knight, and I go, "Oh, okay." I used your deck yesterday at locals, and I won every game except one where Mermail player activated Heatwave going first. That's awesome, Scott. I'm so happy you played my list and you liked it. Were there any changes you wish you could have made to your list? Just wanted to say thanks for your content day. I've been topping locals consistently using your second place list. Can't wait to try this one out. That makes me so happy, Ace. This one's very similar, but I'm really stoked you're using my deck because I think this list is awesome. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I think it's cracked. I think there's a lot of really good theory going on here. So I'm happy that other people are seeing success. Really appreciate you watching. So this was frustrating because at locals the night before, I got 2-0'd by a guy. I rematched him today. It's not this one, but yeah. 1-2 versus Orcust Horus. We didn't brick, though. We're going to keep a counter on that because, man, that was what really got me sad today. So round 2, yeah. On to our round 3. Round 3. Would you believe it? We win the dice roll, and we go 2-0 versus, you ready? Horus Ra. 12 non-engine. Not bad. Yeah. Yeah, I took out the talents and put an imperm. That's it. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I can see that. Talent is busted, but imperm is easier to use and live on the opponent's turn. Horus Ra. So, story time. I went to locals on Friday. I played this guy. He's from another town nearby mine, but he drove about an hour. So, bro put in the work. He came with a couple friends. They're super nice. I actually recognized his brother from the previous couple regionals. He and I, he's really nice. I like playing with him. I was playing Mitsurugi, Ogdoadic at locals and got beat hard by Pistiles. Yeah, they're rough. Yeah, what do you mean raw? So, I go full combo. Guy doesn't respond at all. And I think, okay, I have no idea what this is. So I have my full board. He 2-0s me Friday. So not today, but Friday, he 2-0s me because he goes, okay, Sinful Spoils Deception. What else? He goes, it's a spell that searches a raw card. So I popped it with About because I didn't want him to search a sphere mode. In hindsight, that probably would have been fine. He goes Ultimate Slayer. And something else to clear my board. Hey, Jam. And then he just does a bunch of Horus stuff and beats me to death. After breaking my entire board and dealing with all my stuff just with the most random board breaker cards. It wasn't an FTK. He was just, hang on. Let's move some stuff around. He was playing game capture. We'll hide this for a sec. He was playing this. The True Sun God. And the reason was, this searches Sphere Mode, which he was playing. And he was also playing Egyptian God... No, what was it? Guardian Slime. He was playing Guardian Slime to search the raw spell searcher. I just don't like Talents. It always seems to screw me when I use it. I think Talents is insane, but I can see it. If you don't like it, don't play it. I agree with that. So he uses Guardian Slime to search out that Raw card, and that's his deck, and he just choruses me. I think I bricked versus Friday. Here at the original, though, things went a bit different. Okay, get that back together. So, in our match here, I don't have much except that I go full combo. And oh, what happened too was I misplayed on Friday. I didn't have my IPSP because I didn't have enough room on my board. I forgot to link stuff off. It was a bad play. And so IPSP would have beaten him before. So I made sure not to make that mistake again because I knew this guy probably doesn't have hand traps. Unironically, True Sun God has meta relevance because it searches sphere mode. Yeah. No, it was scary. And also, you can't attack. That wasn't a problem because we have Celine Snapper, so we could just pop stuff. Celine really overperformed for me today. I really liked it. That felt great. Thank you, chat. But yeah, so Horus Ra, we 2-0 him. We use our interruptions well. Summon Ra tributing Futsu. Okay, Futsu effect. Yeah, I was scared of my other stuff getting tributed and not be able to do anything because Planet Pollutant versus Horus when King Sark is up is actually kind of really bad. And so I made sure to set up my guys in a way that was fine, basically. Now I want to run Kaijus for second. Celine comes up, sometimes an extra. Yeah. Celine's good, honestly. Game 2, I'm full comboing again because I think I just ashed him once and he passes, basically. I ashed the Imseti. He passes on Diabel on field. He's running Diabel. That's right. He's running a Wanted engine, and he plays the quick play that you target a 7, reduce your opponent's monsters by its attack, and then destroy them if they hit 0. Right? So he's playing a really wonky deck. He's playing Subversion and that spell. I think it's Urselia, maybe. So he sets that, and that's basically his only interrupt that I know about. And so I go Daybreak, I make a bunch of tokens, and he flips the quick play targeting Diabel. Immediately, we both just stop. Because that card says, if this reduces those monsters' attack to 0, destroy them. The tokens were already 0, and so because he flipped it, it didn't wipe them. So his only interrupt was gone, and I was able to full combo kill him, obviously. So that one was very funny. I got my 2-0 back. I'm so sorry if you hear me drinking. I just have a pop. I don't usually drink pop, but I like it. Oh, that's awesome, Nolan. Good to hear. I knew you were gonna say that. Yep. I was trying to bait it out too because I didn't know when it was gonna come down. And also in this game, sorry, that wasn't his only interrupt. His other thing was a nib, which he held for super late in my turn. I don't know why, but it was really weird. He let me get all my stuff set up and then nibbed, which means I can revive anything I want with Futsu/prayers. It was really bizarre. It was very strange. I used talent at one point during one of our games. It was game 1. I used talent to hand rip him. I don't know. It was weird. Maybe it was game 1 or 2. It was really bizarre. I hand rip him. He doesn't respond. He has nib. I throw it back into the deck. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. He should have used it there. But so far, we're 2-1. At this point, round 3, we're 2-1. I'm starting to feel good. Nib is bad. Yeah, it's bad against Ogdo, too. It's just not a good card into us, so I'm happy to see it. Nib is not a problem for Ogdoadic because of Neff and Daybreak's Banish effect. You can just recover so easily using that Nib token. Nib plus Droll, specifically, is so bad, though. I agree with that. But just Nib is fine. Did you miss Imperm? Not at all. What I did miss was my Droplet, because I feel like I didn't draw it as much as I wanted to. It's fine. I still love Droplet. Also, 19 viewers. Thank you so much, everybody. Please leave a like if you're having fun. So we're 2-1 at this point. I'm starting to feel good. My friends at Locals are starting to hype me up because this is pretty good. 3 copies of Nunu Revive. Let's go. So, going to round 4. Place your bets, chat. Do you think I won the dice roll? Of course I won the dice roll. We won this one 2-1 versus Pure Ryzeal. What's crazy about this is game 1. What happened here? Game 1. I think I brick. I brick or I die to hand traps. It doesn't matter. So game 1, I open, I don't have it. I pass. He makes Dweller with his other full board. I lose. Game 2, we're up first again. I go full combo. And we're able to pull off the win because he's locked out. Tons of interrupts, whatever. Game 3, he goes first. And he sets up Dweller, a huge detonator, field spell, imperm, everything. Pass. It goes to me. Dweller resolves. I don't have an out to it. Yeah, brick counter. Bricking is different than hand trapped to death, though. And I'm pretty sure I just got hand trapped a bunch. So don't count that one yet, Dragon. Because I'll tell you when I brick. It happened today. Thoughts on Kage Tokage? It's bad. Don't do it. It's not good on a search. You want to be able to access your extenders and then use them. You don't want to open your extenders then use them. Or you want to have the option to search or open them, in my opinion. You'd be better off with Coatl or Armored Lizard or Mamba. Yeah, I either brick or I get hand trapped. I'm pretty sure it was just a pass to a hand trap kind of thing. Sorry, it's been a few hours, so I'm kind of remembering while we're hanging too. So, game 3, he's got Dweller, right, everything. I'm not seeing Alien Kid in your deck list. I do have it in my bin somewhere, but I'm not playing it. I probably wouldn't have done as well as I did. So, we have Lightning Storm. I go Lightning Storm, call back row, destroy his back row. And we're able to access the ritual. We have spell and monster in hand. We normal Saji, he negates it. Maybe I don't even have Lightning Storm. It doesn't really matter. We normal Saji, he imperms it. And then I'm still lost on the Alien Kid thing. Is this a meme? I don't even know. Uses it as a tech for a double slicer. Basically, I play through his board. I play through Dweller. And on his turn, so basically on my turn, I make Ame. I go to wipe the board. Detonator protects. He tries to pop something, but because I have a Saji that I put on the board through probably Neff or something. So I'm able to tribute that instead. And then I use Ame, destroy the detonator. That's my priority because the other monsters are Duo Drive and Dweller. So detonator's got to go. So I destroy that. Into his turn, we don't have a lot, but we have Ame on board and we have a Prayers set. And so on his turn, he goes Dweller. I go Ame to negate. And then I chain Prayers, tributing Ame. I search Saji, and then I summon back that same Ame. So this all resolves. He discards. And now Ame activates on field. It's safe from Dweller because the way I sequenced it, it wipes his board. And he's able to summon a few monsters and go into a detonator. But he doesn't have... Or to go into an X, but he has nothing to search with it. And so he just passes, and I'm able to put more damage on board because we have such good follow-up. Have you seen Odeon Dogmatica by any chance? The deck's so dang scary. I haven't played against it. It looks fun, though. I had some friends talking about it. So we played through a Dweller, which I don't think I've ever done. That was crazy. We didn't draw into any of our outs to it either. So that felt great. So we're 3-1. Solid. Going to round 5. We win the dice roll, and we 2-0. A Centurion, bro. For some reason, Ryuzel struggles to out Ame Eto. They're just so dense. Yeah, they're just huge. They're just good at trading, even with their protection. 2-0 Centurion. We win the dice roll. We go full setup. He can't do anything about it. Game 2, draw phase. I open Fua. I use it. I think this is the only time I've Fua successfully this event. No, I did it once versus the Orcust Horus guy, but it didn't do anything. He just killed me with Horus. Centurion. Yeah. We sit down and he's like, I don't think I should be doing this well with this deck in this format. And I was like, what could he be playing? He's like, maybe we're playing the same thing. Centurion's not bad. It's just really weak to Detonator. Yeah, I agree it's not bad. But it's definitely not like the meta. But it's a good deck. Centurion's strong. So I Fua. And so he ends on the field spell, 2 monsters in back row, 2 set cards, one of which is a Phalanx. The other I found out later is a stand up your Centurion or whatever. And so he passes to me. I have a combination of Storm, Thrust to get talent, and Ame. And so I use my... What do I do? I start playing, and he goes into the Crimson Dragon, and then Crimson Dragon makes a Blazar. So I go for... At this point, a Thrust for a talent. I activate talent. He stops it. I go Lightning Storm, call back row. I wipe his 2 back row. His field spell stays out because it's protecting itself, I believe. And then from here, he's just not able to stop Ame wiping his board and then just making a bunch of bodies. I had, I think, 4 monsters. Futsu, Ame, Kotfi, Neff. I had a prayer, so I could do even more in the battle phase. So 2-0 this guy. He was not impressed. He was very annoyed, I think, but he was cool. He was a good sport. Everyone was nice, like I said. So right now, at this point in the regional, we're 4-1. There's only 2 more rounds left. If I win at least one of the last 2 rounds, I top. Most likely, unless you bubble, which a friend of mine actually did bubble. He went 5-2 and he still didn't get top 16. So it's possible we still didn't even get it with that. Also, where's code? Come on. So from here, sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious. If we win at least one more match from here, and we've been doing so well, we've got 3 2-0s under our belt. Come on. We've got it. We basically have our top. Replace code with me as your mod. We go into round 6. And finally, my devil's luck runs out. I lose the dice roll. We get 0-2'd by Fiendsmith, Azamina, Kashchira, Hand Trap Pile. So game 1, he goes first, and he goes into... What was it? He starts doing Azamina stuff, and I use Ash on the Deception. So he tributes, I Ash it. He goes Talent. Look at my hand. My hand at this point is Ame, Prayers, Manju. He throws away the prayers. So now my hand is Ame, Manju. This is really bad because his board actually isn't very good from this point. He basically passes on Caesar. He goes Caesar, pass. That's all he's got. And 1 set card. It goes to me. I top deck Neff. So I normal Manju. He goes Impermon Manju. My hand is Ame, Neff. I pass and he kills me. Game 2, we straight up brick. My opening hand is, I think, Ritual, Talent, Thrust, and something else and Knight Sword. So ritual, talent, thrust, night sword. I normal summon night sword, set for a pass for the power move, and I die, of course. Maybe there's a world where you should keep the cards back, but I thought it was funnier to play the night sword. I think this one counts as a brick because going second into just that, we should have been able to play. Our hand had crazy bricks. 3 bricks is too many. Ame on its own is a brick. We can all agree on that. Without a pairing, it doesn't do anything. We had 1 starter, but we knew they had interruptions. They had 3 cards. One of them's got to be the imperm. I think this one full counts as a brick. So we lose. So now it's pretty bad. I'm 4-2. If I win the next one, we can still top into round 7. Dice roll. Win. We lose 1-2 to Primite Blue Eyes. But this one was actually really interesting. So game 1, we brick. My hand was... What was my hand? My hand was Talent, Ash, called by... Talent, Ash, called by something else. Curse. Talent, Ash, called by Curse. Yeah, Dragon. I was considering that too. Running only 1 is something I like, but what I don't like is when you open 2 or if you open both of them, then your ritual is a lot worse. So I don't like that. Brick counter 2. So yeah, it's a bad hand. He starts getting Blue Eyes combo. I called by his Blue Eyes just to be funny, and he actually passes to me like 3 times. But he's building up advantage with True Light, setting Wishes, setting Roar. I'm drawing more talents and doing nothing. So this one is a slow bleed. He had a really slow start. Same for my round 6 opponent. That game 1, they had a really slow start. If I had a real hand there, I think we were fine. Obviously, if you always say if my hand is better, I can do better. But what I'm saying is they didn't have a shutout victory if we didn't get especially unlucky. Same thing here. Yeah, I thought I had a chance. I thought I had to chain on the Snake Rain so there's no target when it resolved. I'm just saying that was my thought process, Dragon. Especially in longer events, you're just playing more, so you're likely to see more variance or more bad variance. You know what I mean? It's just how I think when I deck build. It's like how you have more tolerance for the brickiness of the Royals and stuff. It's just personal taste. Game 2, we full combo him. He has no way of playing out of it. His hand, because he goes Valor really early on, I talent him, and I see his hand is Barrel, Talent, and I send away another Valor. And so what I do is I make sure to set it up because I don't want him resolving any of those barrels because I don't want him getting to a Drill Beam. I don't want him accessing that card. So what I do is I actually give up the trap because I still have it in. I discard it to Abao. I had a smaller number of cards in hand than usual because I probably started with Snake Rain on this game. And so we go Purification, gets us the bodies we need to end on Slicer plus Shock Trooper. So instead of the usual Futsu Revive Shock Trooper plan, we just have both. That way, in draw, I can go PPV and his barrels can't get him the Drill Beam because I really don't want him doing that card. Game 3 was super weird because he goes first and he sets up a pretty lame board because I droll him after he goes Lordly Load to search Barrel. So Barrel, normal summon, search Drill Beam, or to set Drill Beam. He goes Thrust and also sets... What was it? Thrust got him... It got him something. It was an Imperm. So he has an Imperm off Thrust. He has a Drill Beam set. And he has a True Light up. With True Light, he passes. He doesn't set the trap off it. Spells don't have fast effects excluding quick activations. 6-1 on dice rolls. That's right. It was crazy. It was insane luck. We weren't even using my dice the whole time, so you can't even blame that. If they rolled badly, or if I rolled badly, they rolled worse. If I roll a 3, they roll a 2. That's just how today went. Top 16 dice roller. Yeah, right? So, game 3, his board's really weenie because Droll's really good into blue eyes in my opinion. Draw phase, he goes Lancia. And I'm thinking, okay, I don't think that's a problem. He has quite a few hand traps going into this. And so basically, I'm at a game state where I have to use my Water Lily to send a... What did I sent a Saji, I think. I revived Neff that was in my grave. I used Neff to bring back the... Oh, I know. Sorry. There was a Saji in my grave, so I send a Night Sword. Now on my board, I have Night Sword and Neff. I use Neff, bring back Saji, go for the effect. I think it fails. I don't have access to the rituals now. But I'm still able to set up a bunch of reptile stuff. And some bad muscle memory kicks in. I go for Lizardos and realize I can't draw because I'm able to access Daybreak off of the Naya, off of Kofi, right? So I go for Lizardos. I can't draw. I can't banish Lancia. So I go into Echidna and I try to target the blue eyes he brought back off Curse. And he goes, you can't. And I say, you're right. So I only get to search one card. I've already spent my normal. It doesn't matter what I search. I search Asaji. It literally was inconsequential, except the level. Because my end board, I then link this and another token into Snapper so that I can clear his set card and the True Light. And I realize I can't banish. He's got Lancia. So I end on Slicer, M-Frame, and PPV. I go to pass, and he sets Majesty, which is what I was scared of. Going into his turn, he's got a Druid's Worm in hand, because he did a Magnamut on a Seals. He ended on a Seals in his first turn. And so he's got a Druid's. And so standby, he resets the Draw Beam, and basically, his threats are the Druid's Worm, which he uses on my Neff when I try to bring it back, just to bully me. And he goes Majesty. And so I use my M-Frame, discarding Saji, to place 8 counters on 2 monsters. Hi, Logan. Misplaced City? Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. It was bad. This was definitely my worst. I would say worst played match, which it was, but also I was in a really bad spot. That game 1 brick really just screwed me up. There was a chance. Yeah, there was a chance, but what can you do? So I'm just not playing well this match. And so he goes Majesty, and so I'm thinking he's gonna remove my monsters. So I use my M-Frame because I'm thinking, okay, if he destroys my 2 monsters, because he's got 2 blue eyes, he top decked into 1, by the way. So he's got 1 in hand, 1 on board. Oh, it gets so much worse every time I think about it. So I put 8 counters out. He clears my Slicer and my Trap, which I hadn't considered. Again, I wasn't playing very well at this point, but I mean, I kind of thought we were just dead. And so now he asks me, you get a bit exhausted after that. Yeah. No, I appreciate it, Dragon. Because, yeah, you just get tired. You've been playing. You were at the store since 9 a.m. Now it's like 5 p.m. You've just been there for like 7 hours. And also, I'm just getting sad. Like, the first time Ogdo needed banished from the grave. Yeah, I was just getting sad because I'm closing in. I can see that I'm not going to get it. I don't know. You just start slipping. I can't explain it. I just was playing worse, right? And so I still have a chance is the thing. Because if he goes battle phase, he's got like 3 beaters. If he just goes battle phase and kills my M-Frame, I can revive 2 things. Or even if he just does 1, I can revive a thing. I could go into Asaji and get set up, and then I have a blocker, and I live probably, and I have follow-up because my graveyard's full. I have Curse, Naya, everything, because none of it got banished thanks to Lancia. All my Ogdo names are in grave. But he links off his stuff into Alina, and he takes my M-frame that he killed somehow. I can't honestly remember how he even... Oh, he Druis Wormed and sent it away. And then he took it back and he used it for lethal against me. I died to my own stupid M-frame. And so he took it. So that was my third loss. We ended this one in 29th place out of 107 players. So this whole match gets funnier the more I talk about it, actually. So if we just run some girl math, 29 out of 107, that is the top 27%. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. So we got top 27%. One more win, we jump to 15th place, which is an insane jump, by the way. So we end 4-3. And I am a sad boy. Now, in hindsight, looking at the numbers, we won 6 out of 7 dice rolls. I think this deck is good going second, but it's much better going first. 6 dice rolls is crazy lucky. It's much more likely to get 50-50, right? So this was very nice. But that variance really hurts because having 2 full bricks is just really bad. You can't be having that. 6 out of 7. Sorry, I meant 6 out of 7. Oh, but man, like closing in on these last 2 matches, getting these 2 losses. This one was so fast too. Wagley, I do not know what that means. We have 27 viewers. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Please leave a like if you're having fun. If my misery is bringing you joy, I mean, you need to help as much as I need to learn to play. But, so, that, yeah, 2 bricks out of 17 games. Let me pull up my calculator again. 2 in 17, not 2 out of 2. Help. It's been a long day, chat, but I'm glad we get to close it out together. Oh my god. Hello, Numlock. 2 out of 17. You did well, Deha. I don't expect Rousey level consistently. Obviously, this isn't too bad, though. Yeah, that's about 11.8% of my games I bricked. About 12%. This is above average. I believe we have a 7 or 8% to brick. So this is actually worse variance than usual, too. But also, we're playing a lot of bricks. We're playing 1, 2... I don't count Zoha, but maybe I should. 3, 4, 5. And I don't count the rituals, but they are soft bricks. Same like Zoha. No, I do expect Ryzel consistency. 0 bricking allowed. Man, we were so close. We were so close. Because 4-3, if you win one of those instead of losing one of those, it's 5-2. It's such a big difference. Like, that's just how numbers work, obviously, but it's crazy how big a swing that is in your record. I feel like I drew Nightsword Servant like 80% of the games I played. That's, he says as he opens Ash Imperm Node crossplay. Yeah, right. And to be fair, some of my opponents bricked today too, but not as many as I did. I bricked more here in the regional than my opponents did for sure. But Nightsword is nice, a little nicer now, because thanks to Ritual being able to tribute it and that being an effect, even from hand, Nightsword and Kusanagi, the reason I don't count them, or maybe I shouldn't count Nightsword as a brick. Maybe Nightsword's not a brick, because you can always banish it off Lizardos and then recycle it with Daybreak, honestly. You don't always have the flexibility to be able to send it. Sometimes you need to send Ogdoadic or... Sorry, sometimes you have to send Neff or Saji, but a lot of the time you can get away with the free level 4. If you can normal summon it, it isn't a brick. I do count it as a brick. Same for Kusanagi. I don't, only because you contribute them from hand. These cards were never the problem for me. You know what I mean? They weren't the issue. And one of my bricks today was not even opening too many of these kind of cards. It was just drawing non-playable, just an unlucky hand, you know, just non-engine. You can tribute Curse from hand, but it's a lot worse than tributing these two from hand because these get you a lot more advantage. Tributing Curse just gets Curse to grave, so I'd much rather do that with something else. You know what I'm saying? Prayers, Droplet, Zoha in this build. But as for the list, I thought it felt really good. Fua, the mulch armies were not a thing in this event. One opponent tried to Meowth me. I had the Ash for it. It was the Ryziel player I was styling on when he had the Dweller set up. But today, one person Perulia'd me, and they drew one card. I Fualosed one guy and drew one card. These cards were not as big a deal as I thought they would be. I played against 0 Malice and against only one Ryziel. Is that right? Yeah, I played against a lot of weird stuff. I played weird decks today. But I had thought that the mulches were going to ruin the TCG. Joke was on me. The TCG is ruined because it's TCG, but... oh, can't do that. Yeah. Of course, it was the Ryziel players. He's in the upper class. But yeah, I'm happy to report, at least in my personal experience, these are not as game-breaking as I thought they would be. I honestly thought these would really define Yu-Gi-Oh! Going forward. So I'm glad they don't bring us to Max C tier. Only landlords and others can afford Ryziel. Imagine being a property owner, bro. Would it really be funny? Egyptian gods and reptile tributing the I mean, honestly, you'd have the tribute material. I've thought about doing a Slifer deck specifically because of Daybreak, so maybe sometime we will try to throw together some kind of meme deck. I don't really build meme builds, but I would do it on stream if people would hang out. They're no Max C, but they are good. That is true. They're no Max C, but they are good. For legal reasons, that's a joke. I got a deck for you. It's really nice the quality of TCG exclusives getting better. Yeah, I agree. I wish I could get them, to be fair. I'm just waiting for a stamp. Yeah, same. I'm not paying whatever, $100 or whatever this card costs. They're kind of matchup dependent. Yeah, it's cool that they're matchup dependent because you can't Horus Ra Pog. I traded my 7th Tachyon for $30 and Metaltronuses, and I didn't even play the Metaltronuses, but I still like to have them. I really like this list. I think I played well, except for that Blue Eyes match. Holy crap. Lancia goes hard. You cut the Ogdoadic and the Rudris to minimize. Yeah, minimize. Well, sort of, because Purification is also a brick going second. The important thing is Purification being sent off of Snake Rain as a discard, or Droplet, or Abao, is usable in a way that I think Ogdoadic doesn't compare, because Purification can dodge targeting, it can set up Neff for more plays. Imagine losing to Lancia. Couldn't be me. Yeah, Lancia was killer, dude. Trying to buy 7th Tachyon for 40. No, the guy I sold it to is super cool. He never undercuts. He always gives you good discounts when you buy stuff from him. Actually, fun fact, I'll be playing next month at Locals most likely because Stampede cuts Alistair down to $2.99. I don't know what that means. Do you not have Alistair? Isn't he cheap? Ultimate Slayer is so good into the Blue Eyes matchup. Forces Spirit tag out, and if they don't negate, you grab your missing ritual. Is Ultimate Slayer? Because I'm pretty sure they just use Trap to get around this card. You can't use monster effects, but you just go Slayer, target, send. They go Trap effect, then tag out Spirit. And now it doesn't do anything. But, I mean, it deals with it, but I'd rather deal with it better. He's like $6. Oh, that's awful. No, $6 is too high for an Alistair. I agree. Oh, he shot up because of Blue Eyes. I see. I need to sell my Alistair. Matt, I'll send you Alistairs. I'll hook you up. 6 to 8. Okay. Eclipse is much better into Blue Eyes. Eclipse does seem really good. Eclipse does seem good. I just didn't know that I could fit it, but most of my side deck was kitted to beat Ryziel. As you can see, I've got the Drolls, I've got the Encores, Barrier. I had some Malice cards in the Sanctum and the Lancias. Droll, if I didn't say that, sorry. It's been a long day. I've never won a game against Malice. I've also never won a game against Malice because I still haven't played against Malice. I've been playing so much. I haven't run into that deck. It's not real. Please, I need it. Wait, Aster went up. I guess Blue Eyes set up level 12 synchro board. Maybe. Yeah, but nobody seems to do the synchro heavy Blue Eyes. I'm sorry, chat. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get the top because, man... Here's my question, team. I couldn't get... Can I still make a deck profile and call it a top 32 deck profile? Or is that stupid? I feel like that's good for a title. Even though the deck list is really similar. And I'd just be doing the same video again. Is there even a point to that? It would get views, I guess. I got 2 Malice today. Beat the first, died to the other. Shifter is a fun card. I didn't get shifted, so thank God. I wouldn't. Why not? You have technically made updates and views are... Yeah, views are based. Views are good for the channel is the thing. Channel growth is my biggest target because we're already at 840 and I want to hit 1,000 pretty fast. Subheader. Yeah. I won... Most people only care top 8 or top 16. Maybe. That's what I was thinking too, but... Yeah. I'm not trying to say it's prestigious, Dragon. I'm just thinking analytics. Thinking numbers. Last time I won against Malice because my opponent bricked on game 2. He got virus and talents with no starters and no... Yeah. That was what I had heard was that with Malice, sometimes hitting their first starter is enough. I'll think about it. It might just be a quick video. Maybe I'll do it with a combo guide or a test hand video. We'll do a deck profile and test hands with my top 32 regional Ogdoadic Mitsurugi deck. That sounds like a good way to not have to go over the exact same list as the OTS video, but still do something with it. I've been getting slammed by my mouse except one game because I'm godly. Yeah, I just haven't played against it. The deck does not exist. Malice makes me consider running Imperm, especially since people boast about talent in the deck so much. I played against Malice at Locals Thursday, and they outed an Iron Wall and 2 Soul Drain. My mind is still boggled. Next month would go hard. For an upload, you think? Yeah, Logan, I have the replays ready for the Abao Slicer combos. I just have to record and edit. I was planning on doing that tonight, depending on how late my wife is staying up hanging out with her friend. And depending on how long the stream ran. But I'm looking to get to an hour and then we'll probably cut because that's a nice satisfying number. And I don't want to stream for too long, but I'm glad we got to hang out for this long just chatting about the deck and the regional. I hope everyone's having fun. I think that's what we'll do. We'll do a top 32 regional deck profile just because it trends well. The OTS video is doing really well. It's actually, by this point in upload, my best video to date for views, which makes me happy. So I want to keep up the momentum, get 2 videos out this month. How many have I done this month? Because the goal is 2 videos a month. Because before I was doing 1 last year, and I want to do better this year. Pardon me, I'm sorry. My alien kid tech comes from 2 weeks ago when a Malice player played through 2 Cosmic Slicer and Emperor Futsu. That's crazy. The Mitsurugi Ogdoadic deck tops again. Yeah, Tom, right? Because my goal this year is 2 videos a month, at least. Because last year I did 1 video a month, and growth was slow. But so far, January we had 1 video. February we had 2 videos. March we've already had 2 videos. So if I do 2 more videos this month, we'll have 4 videos this month. Which will be really good for us. I say us. Actually, Deha, if you instate memberships, you could do something similar to 10-minute testings, but with Ogdoadic builds. I don't know what that is. I've seen the thumbnail, but I don't know what it means. I was thinking about trying to do some kind of membership, but I didn't want to paywall anything we already do for free, and I couldn't really think of a service to offer other than hang out with me on Tabletop Sim or something. How do you like the Reptilian Synchro Monster? I thought it was good against Ryziel. People have been asking me that lately in the Discord. I think Melusine is a really cool card. If Melusine were a Link, I would be playing it. If Melusine just took Maybe if it were a Link 3, I could see playing it and trying to incorporate it into lines and stuff. But because it's a synchro monster and we don't have a tuner that is a starter, the deck is pretty niche, so it's nice to see a top. I wouldn't watch a Raziel Fiendsmith top 32. Yeah, right. Top 32 isn't that impressive, but it's good to see the deck doing something because it's niche. So that's what I was thinking as well, Tom. I think I will do a video on it. I just have to decide how I want to do it because it's a very similar list to what I was playing at the OTS. I saw a build on OCG using Plague Spreader to go into Herald. Yeah, I like that line. Hard to make it if they keep Detonator popping. Also, this deck can play through Detonator no problem. Yeah, Detonator's not the problem for Raziel. It's annoying, but going first, you don't care about Detonator. Going second, you just deal with it. It's the Dweller and I think the field spell's really gross. I hate how it negates on resolution. That's such a weird way of interacting when most cards don't do that. Go over a deck list, play 3 games with it, give a final overview. Okay, there just aren't that many Ogdo builds to do. So I was thinking maybe something like, I don't know, maybe channel members could get early access to videos. Or, I don't know, something like that. It's hard to say. I'll think on it. I haven't put a ton of thought into it. But not to bore you with my monetization strategy. The first goal is just to hit 1,000 subs. But are there any other questions or anything? Anything else you want to say in chat, team? I think we're going to wrap up the stream pretty soon here. Today I played Ogdoadic X Saber. The best Ogdo variant is the one without Ogdo? Question mark exclamation. God, I can't believe somebody told me to... I was telling a friend, I was saying, dude, I did so well today. I barely misplayed. This is before my Blue Eyes match. And he said, I saw you misplaying all day. You kept playing those Ogdoadic cards. You got to get rid of those. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. How'd you feel about Thrust in main? Thrust in main would be really nice versus Droll because of PPV. We can still get PPV versus that. Cuttums. Hand loop. Oh, don't bring up hand loop. I'll relapse. Yeah, if you're going to play Thrust in main, I'm fine with it because going first, you just set up your PPV if you get drolled or something. And going second, it just gets you talent. It gets you Snake Rain. It's really good. Thrust is really flexible. I did not miss Ogdobus. No. I was really happy with this deck. Except for when it broke. Then I hated it. But, I mean, that's just what it happens when you play Ogdo. And also, they made our new support rituals. They're bound to brick once in a while. Just how they work. It's just part of it. Even going first, Thrust can search if they take Curse's drawback. That's true. Or if they Bastille. Thrust is really good into Bastilles. Because then you're just... Thrust makes talent so much more live. Yeah, Nib as well. Yeah, there are a lot of ways Thrust is online. They have relapsing into Hand Rip, like how he wants me to relapse into Floodgates. But I just want to say, even though... How was the match? He 2-0'd me the night before. He's fine. His deck was cool. His deck was really cool. I should have asked him for his list. Maybe I'll try to find out his name and stuff. I do know his name, but maybe I'll try to find his contacts. Because I thought his deck was super funny. But even though I didn't get top 16 like I wanted to, I did do better than I've ever done at a regional before. And I think next time, maybe we'll be on a different list. Maybe the deck will be tighter. I'm not sure where it'll go from here, but I'm feeling really good. I'm really happy with Ogdoadic right now, and I'm really happy with Mitsurugi. I like what that deck does for Ogdoadic. I'm glad they support it, and they don't replace it, because I wouldn't play them if they just replaced. I would still be on Ogdo, so it makes me happy to be able to play the new reptiles. So thank you, everybody, for coming to this stream. It's cool that I can just yap for an hour, and you all hang out, chat. It's really nice of you to spend your time. Dragon Song, good to see you. Yeah, it's evening for me. It is currently 11:30 p.m. I'm just wrapping up the stream, so I was disappointed, but at the end of the day, I had a really good time playing in this regional. My opponents were all super cool. I got to chat with people. I got to make memories. I got to play my favorite deck for 7 rounds. You don't get to do that very often. And so, yeah, it was fun. I'm happy I went. I'm sad I didn't do better. But thank you for listening, everybody. Leave a like. Leave a like. Leave a like. You have a good night. I'll see you next time.